What's our tires back? My Raw review for April 27th. Yeah, 2026 edition of Raw. It was in old Texas. Yeah, yeah, that was that. And they show what happened last. But this, yeah. So they show what happened last week with Jacob Fatu, who challenged Roman Reigns to a title match at Backlash, which will be at the end of the Raw. In the show video, Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion, is sitting in a seated room with the Usos. Basically, it's like the full bloodline. The three of them at least are back together and all that. Reigns said, "Past is the past, and they are always blood." He doesn't understand where Jay Fatu is coming from and all that. So Reigns came back and beat CM Punk, and Jimmy doesn't disagree with Reigns and all that. And yeah, you know, Jay said families first. Reigns puts his hand over there. There's the first family and all that. So it's literally like we're trying to see if this is going to lead to. I mean, let's be fair. It was going to be happening. Anyways, then Seth Rollins comes out. It's about what happened last week. Rollins dressed in black and all that. And he says, "Welcome everyone to Monday Night Rollins." He had a, the usuals. And then he says, "He's pea brain. He out here to." He says to score to settle. So Breaker and bring his pea brain out here, and then Braun Breaker comes out with Paul Heyman and all that. It's just literally just saying, yeah, we're gonna have the match at Backlash, and Heyman pulls Breaker back, but he's giving him the mic, and then um, tells him to let it off and all that. Rollins needs to fight all his battles for what? And all that. And then Heyman, Breaker needs Heyman. Heyman chuckles. Rollins included as why Breaker needs to rear up sack of meat. Rollins says Breaker proves everything he thought about him a few years ago and all that. And yeah, this is let's confirm for Backlash between these two. Senator Harris walking backstage when Raquel blinds her. I'm just. Anyways, we got a non-time match. Penta defeating Rusev. It was okay. Rusev won, and then he attacks Penta, and then even Paige was there. They both attacked him, and then Javon Evans saves Penta and all that. It was there. Decent match. 2.5 will give it. Then there's another day. Oh my god. He talked about he gets a fake out. Run into a mask for this mask match. Please, for the love of God, just end this fucking stupid ass feud. And he's facing Rey Mysterio later tonight. Anyways, then Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring, and like she finally got rid of AJ Lee once and for all. And her horrible title reign. That's kind of funny. Wait, she's. You talk about she won the first three. She won 4 different titles at WrestleMania. She's the first 3-time Women's Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, the belt was just. The fucking belt was already crowned like a year ago, and. Jesus Christ. And then she said she didn't do a challenge and all that. Which we obviously know because she was wearing her wrestling gear, and then Io Sky was the one who accepted. And Lynch smirks and asks about she's expecting. Lynch said she was to fight the best of the best. Sky answers that, and the crowd boos. But Lynch says they're booing Sky, and Io Chan picks up, and Lynch tries to stop them, and understood the extent that on Rhea Ripley's behalf, Lynch wants to beat Becky 2 belts again. Lynch wants to fight Shawn Michaels, not Marty Jannetty. Clear. Sky was holding her back, and I was like, what? And then the match was there, happened. Probably the best match on Raw. And then Asuka comes out. No more Kairi Sane because, the whole drama recently. And this up a match between the two at Backlash. Between Io and Asuka. Still, a 3 out of 5 also. The fans were chanting, we want Kairi and all that. Anyways, then the original walks up to Ray and then basically accept the mask versus mask match. Please just end the fucking feud and let this El Grande storyline just end already. This is like every other imposter storyline, like Kane versus Imposter Kane from 20 years ago with May 19th. Or Undertaker versus Fake Undertaker, or the Sin Cara bullshit. Anyways, the Usos were backstage, backstage with them, and then Roman Reigns is going in, and LNA interrupts them and believes he can sit at the head of the table and all that. There's a Joe Henry concert. I guess he's now called up to Raw. And the one thing he talked about in this concert, by the way, this was just like a rip-off rock concert, but. And he says that Logan Paul, can we fire Logan Paul? I'm aware of that. Which then brings out that. Yeah, you know who. He screams. It was awful and all that. I was like, fuck off. Should we probably come out the same day, and that was it. Grayson Waller, says about the lack of opportunities. Waller complains that Oba Femi beats Brock Lesnar and ended his career, and then Oba Femi comes in and they set up a match between the two, and I was like, this is not gonna fucking end well for Grayson Waller. Anyways, before we get to that, Remus. Oh, before that, Street Policy are singing Joe Hendry's "Fire Logan Paul" song, and they shake hands, all that. And Seth Rollins walks up to him and says, they tell him last week wasn't about him, and walks off before Rollins can say anything. Anyways, then Rey Mysterio defeats El Grande Americano in another good match on this show. The Shaggy version got involved and all that, and that's basically it. 3 out of 5 again, but also. I already know about that. All of them just basically destroyed Grayson Waller. Keep him look good after the way he defeated Brock Lesnar, getting the torch pass and all that. It was just and then he cuts another promo afterwards. Good. And he says he doesn't do open challenges. Starting today, he hosts the Oba Femi Open Challenge. That's anyways, before I get to the main event, Finn Balor was see here. Yeah, Finn Balor sneaking on Roxy Perez and Balor warned Perez, do not trust Liv Morgan, all that. And then they beat Lyra and Bailey. Whatever. It was that. 1 out of 5. I don't. Whatever. Anyways, they talk about Silver Girl officially signed to Raw. There's that. And then Roman Reigns comes out. He talks about, is he going to accept Jacob Fatu's open challenge? Jacob Fatu comes out and, Fatu grabs Roman and puts him in a tongue of death grip and all that. And then Reigns grabs the mic and says, he'll see you at Backlash. And that was basically it. Yeah. Yeah. All this is a. Raw was just there. It was. I'll give it a C plus because of those two matches in between, but other than that, just a plain episode of Raw. All that. Tomorrow, I will do the Surf's Up 2 review. I was supposed to do that last night, but I forgot that anything was on Sundays now because it's back on again. And then Wednesday will be episode 120. Oh god, 124 of Showdown, I believe. Something like that. And then Thursday, my secret show, you can subscribe to HBO. That one, you will see Backlash 1999 to get into that. And there. Like this video, comment below, subscribe to this channel, and there. Bye-bye.